Hey, you're hanging out in the Link Up Lounge. I'm Tiffany Mason.
And I'm Donna Rappel. Around here, we believe success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you link up with. This is your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities.
Donna, it blows my mind that the two of us have over 30 years of combined networking experience.
I know! We've built businesses, expanded networks, and created unstoppable momentum, all through the power of strategic connections.
AKA networking. And now we're here to guide you to do the same, starting today.
So let's dive in, connect, and start making moves you didn't even know were possible. Welcome back to the Link Up Lounge. I'm Donna Rappel, your Nocatee real estate expert, and I'm here with my co-host, Tiffany Mason of Virtually You, the boutique podcast management agency.
That's right. This is your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities. And today's link, it's one of the most powerful tools in your marketing toolkit, the words of your customers or your clients.
Yes, real testimonials are so valuable today. They create real trust. It's one thing to say what you do. It's another when someone else says it for you.
Amen. The right words from the right person can really validate your work, elevate your credibility, and spark brand new conversations.
Yeah, so today we are showing you how to turn your testimonials or your Google reviews into connection builders, not just compliments.
And actually, how to make them carry some weight, not just sit hidden on your website. You know, everybody says to put testimonials on your website, and then they always tell you to put it at the very end. So that's where I have mine. But sometimes I feel like that should almost be one of the first things people see. Like it should be like a little bubble, because they come to your website and bam, right away, there's someone saying how they had a great experience with you. So, I think it is important that they're not just hidden on websites. When I was given that advice, I went through and looked at a lot of other people's websites and they too were in the same place. And so I was like, yeah, okay. But I don't know. I'm starting to see a couple of entrepreneurs who kind of just do things the way they see fit. And I think I see fit to have these testimonials look different and be in different placement. And so I think that is a update I'd like to make to my website, actually.
Yeah, well, as you were talking about it too, I was thinking, I would love to have some sort of testimonial feed on my email campaign that goes out. Like at the bottom of an email, have a testimonial. I don't know that you can have a scrolling feed on the email campaign, but maybe you have a different one on each email thing just down there.
Well, in the podcasting space now, there is a company that will pull your reviews as they come in on your podcast. And it does that. It scrolls. So it'll have like your podcast, the website page for it, and then you input like an embed code, and then it will start just randomly pulling up reviews and filter through them as the person is on your website. And I was like, wow, that is really cool. It also pulls stats and does a whole bunch of other really cool stuff for you. But yeah, I like that idea as well.
So you can get a scrolling thing in an email campaign? Or are you talking about just on a website?
Right now, that's just on a website. I don't think you can do it in an email because you'd have to have a feed that was going to the email itself.
Right.
And I don't know how that would work. But yeah, maybe Perplexity or ChatGPT knows.
Well, I think just even putting a different testimonial in each email as it goes out could be huge. So, let's start here. Testimonials ultimately, give social proof, right? A signal to your client that real people used you, you did a good job, they trusted you, everything worked out well. How often do we read reviews before we use a service or before we buy a product? I mean, I don't know about you, but every time I am on Amazon, before I buy anything, I scroll down to the reviews and see what they say. Same with anything. Even if I bought something on Shein, for goodness sake, I scroll to the reviews because sometimes with Shein, you never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
So I scroll to the reviews before I buy anything. So imagine if you were getting a service that was multiple thousands of dollars. Of course, I am going to not only read the reviews, but I also want to get that service provider from somebody that I know, like, and trust already.
Or
So I
if
think
not, I mean, the review alone is serving as that social proof that this is not a scam, first of all, this person
right.
actually exists. But yes, so social proof is, a good substitute if it's not somebody that you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the things that I see more and more is when a testimonial is accompanied with a picture, like a person using the
Yes.
product or a person standing next to the other person, it just makes it feel more real, makes it feel more personal. But it's definitely social proof that you're doing a good job and that you can be trusted with whatever it is that your business is. So testimonials are a big important thing. And I will say with the word testimonial, I'm also going to say Google reviews, right? So
Yeah.
if you are a business that doesn't have a Google business page, I mean there's a reason why these are getting set up more and more and more and why Google reviews are getting more and more weight. The reason why is because apparently in 2025, Google has now given more credit on their algorithm to reviews, especially reviews with photos. So apparently, the more reviews and reviews with photos that your business has, it gets you basically higher in the search list for Google and featured more in the search on Google. So, as a small business, having some Google reviews are really going to help your SEO and your search results on the Google platform. And this is new. This is new this year. So that's why you'll see a lot of people asking for more and more Google reviews, and why you should make it part of your customer follow up after you are finished with a customer and requesting testimonials, asking for a Google review is should be part of that because it's going to affect your search results.
Yeah, I mean, a good testimonial, it makes somebody feel like, yeah, that's exactly what I've been looking for, right? You want somebody saying those words about you. We've talked about how your ask needs to be super specific so somebody can identify with it and go, okay, I know somebody I could refer to that person. This is kind of that same thing where somebody goes on and says, this person showed up prompt on time. They did a great service. They kept me updated on everything that was going on. And then you want someone else to be reading that and going, okay, that's what I'm looking for. Yes, absolutely. And I think it's funny that I went to a networking event. I told you guys about it, and the lady was having a webinar on visibility online. And what I really focused on throughout her presentation was all this stuff about Google reviews. And I thought, well, I have a Google My Business, but I haven't really given much time or attention to it. You guys, you can post on it like social media. So
Yeah,
that's why they're saying the comment with pictures or reviews with pictures, but you can actually post something. It doesn't have to
yeah.
be a comment or a testimonial. We are talking about testimonials today, but just a little side note I wanted to throw in there. And then I think it's funny, we just launched our men's group and we all sit down at the table and we're not officially going through and saying who we are yet. And one guy says he helps with Google reviews and like everybody in the room turned to him and I made a joke and I was like, okay, this is officially your presentation now. Please take over. Because we
Right?
were all very interested in what he had to say. So
Yeah.
yes, it's definitely gaining some popularity and people are starting to find the value in it. So we want you guys to find the value too in testimonials in general, but also these Google reviews that are becoming more important.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say you can post on your Google My Business as a post because I actually do that once a week with something of value. So, how to decorate your house for fall or maintenance tips
Hmm.
for winter or whatever. I put those kind of posts up there. But the funny thing is, the only reason I did it is because on the platform where I schedule my social media, it allowed me to connect my Google My Business. And
Me
I was kind
too.
of like, where does this even go? I don't know, but I'll click the button and have it go,
Yeah. Yeah.
But now that I've learned what I've learned about it, I'm kind of like, oh, good for me. Okay, that's nice. Now I need to get more Google reviews because I have a system where I collect testimonials after a transaction, but those go into my website and they go on various print stuff. They don't also go to Google. So
Yeah.
that is something that I am going to change in the way that I conduct my follow up is to ask for Google reviews. And I'm probably going to go back to past clients to get them to do some Google reviews for me because of the value that Google is placing on those in the search results. Who knew?
Well, and I know in our previous episode, we talked about Trello, and this could be a place where you guys could track on Trello, like this client gave a Google review or left a testimonial, and maybe say what platform they left that testimonial on. You could kind of start tracking that. Or, okay, these are the people I've asked for the testimonial. You don't want to over ask or be,
Right.
obnoxious
Annoying.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be a way for you to track it. And then, we're going to talk about other ways to get testimonials. And so, I would just encourage you guys to utilize Trello to track some of that stuff, or your CRM, so that you can share it later. Like you're saying, maybe it's just a running list of the testimonials in general. You just copy, paste, and move on.
Yeah.
You get the testimonial, maybe it's a text message, whatever, and, it goes into the vault and you can use it when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes people want to personally send you their testimonial
Yeah.
because they don't know how, don't want to take the time, whatever the case may be. And you
Yep.
can take those testimonials and you can put them in certain systems, but ultimately you could format that for a social media post or your website or, other things like that. So there's a lot of different ways you can use testimonials. I don't know if you can post that on your Google review though. I think it has to be under their Google account to get
Yeah.
that in there. But one thing I will say about Google reviews is it's very important to give the person the specific link to use to give you a Google review. Like when people say, just please give me a Google review, it never happens. I never do that. But if somebody were to
Mm-mm.
text me or email me the
Mm-hmm.
link and say, please
Mm-hmm.
click here and give me a Google review, I do that because I know how valuable it is for small business. And so I'm really good about making sure that I give a Google review if somebody asks me.
That's
Yeah.
right. This world is moving way too fast. I mean, you guys, if you want anybody to do anything, give them a link.
Yeah, for sure.
And you care about your business way more than they care about your business. They love it. They used it. They had a great experience, but they are not trying to go search down that Google review link. I promise
No.
you.
No, no. At the end of the day, you want to make it easy for people to say yes to giving you a testimonial or a Google review. So you want to send the link exactly where they need to go. And also, you could send prompts. You could ask questions like something like, hey, I'd really appreciate a testimonial or a Google review. If you want to think about what was happening before we worked together, what surprised you most about the experience, what's changed for you since, how has my service improved your life, whatever whatever those questions may be. It's okay to send some prompts to give them a minute to think about it, and think about how they want to write this review. And then, that all of that is super helpful, but you cannot ask for a testimonial or a Google review without a link going with the request.
And like I said earlier, you want them to read that and go, ooh, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I think the prompts are a fantastic idea. Also, maybe you are kind of trying to veer them to say a certain kind of thing. Like right now, everybody's looking for application of information. So maybe it's like, what did you learn throughout the experience? And then people say, like, oh, Donna taught us that the market is doing this, or Donna was great at explaining the market to us. And we were able to apply that information towards selling our house, right? So maybe you're guiding them in the direction that when somebody reads the review, they go, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And, timing on the review matters as well. Maybe you catch them after a big win or coming off of a big high, catch them when they're having that aha moment, or that I think it's a KPI 3, when they have realized the value of your service or your product. That's the time that you can really monopolize, when they're on that high and they're like, oh yeah, they're just gushing about all the warm, fuzzy feelings that they're having. Not to say, though, you couldn't stir that back up by saying, hey, I know we worked together a year ago. I hope that you're loving the new home, that flower bed in the back. I hope you've put some beautiful flowers in there. Something that, again, lets them know that you remember who they are, and you can kind of bring back that relationship or revitalize it. And then they go, yeah, she was really good with that. And she was really, she does remember. Okay, yeah. Because I just know us as humans, when someone asks us to do something and we've had a good experience with them, we kind of feel obligated.
It's part of my end of transaction that I reach out and ask for testimonials, and then there's a follow-up, asking for a testimonial. And then if I don't see it come through, I'll personally message somebody and say, "Hey girl, I really enjoyed working with you. Do you mind doing me a testimonial?" I'm going to talk about the prompts again, because I do think that when you ask for a testimonial and somebody takes the time to do it, I didn't give any prompts for a testimonial, and I worked really hard for a client, and in came the testimonial. It was one line, like, "Donna was great." Okay, which I'm happy that they took the time to do the testimonial, but really, it's not really a usable testimonial for me. I mean, yes, I know I'm
Right.
great, but, like, that doesn't really share much of anything with anybody. If you're
Right.
wondering to use me or not, that's not really helpful. And I can't go
No.
back and ask them to fix it, right? Like, you
Right.
can't go, "No, this isn't useful. Please do again." Okay. Like, no, you can't do that. So,
"Excuse me,
I
sir,
do
this one is not acceptable.
so I do
Please
think
update."
providing prompts about, like, what did you enjoy most about working with me? Or
Yeah.
what did you feel that I did very well during our transaction? You have to give some prompts so that they give a little more, because again, you want to be able to use these testimonials. I mean, that's the whole reason we're putting this effort into gathering them. So you have to make sure that when they do them, there's actual content there that's usable. And so I think the prompts are really going to help with that.
And keep in mind, you may ask for the testimonial and you may not get it. I had a client and I was really excited and I knew that it was going to come back like this just, shining review of expert service and all the things, right? And I was really excited about it because, sometimes you feel like, oh, this is hands down home run, going to be easy.
Yeah.
I did get a decline. She did reply and just said, "I don't do Google reviews. I actually don't do them for anyone. I don't really understand the platform, and so I just don't do them." And I thought, you know what? I actually appreciate that and respect that. Like, I asked you, but you respect me enough to let me know, like, it's not
Right.
you. I just don't leave them. And
Right.
so not everybody's going to leave a review. And then there were other people that I sent it out, and lo and behold, man, that review was up there. And you guys, you know what I did? I sent out a link for Google and I sent out a link for Facebook. And I said, would you please post on one, copy and paste on the other? So that way it covered social media and it covered Google My Business. So, there's other ways to get the reviews, but the Google reviews are becoming more and more important. So anything we can do to boost our algorithm, because what do they always say? Like the dead buddies on page 2.
Yeah.
So you want people to be finding you.
Yeah, for sure. And like I mentioned earlier, you can take the content of those reviews and put it into a social media post too, and have that on your page as, "Hey, I got this awesome Google review. I just want to give a big shout out. Thanks, to this client or whatever," and put the Google review up there. I see people do that occasionally, posting like reviews and stuff. And I think that's really important. I mean, your client's words are assets, that compliment is valuable. And those words are critical to your marketing campaign. So don't just let them sit in one place. Like if you got a Google review, turn that into a social media review. Or for me, I have another testimonial tree is the system that I use. So I would take that from Google and I'd put it into testimonial tree. Make those words work for you in all the ways you can make those words work for you.
Yeah, one of my favorite ways, I feel like everything is so polished, right? Like Canva, and we've got all these templates and they're great. And I think there is a place for our polished testimonials as well. But nothing I love when someone will do a screenshot. Like they're scrolling through their text message and there's a nice conversation between you and your client and you just screenshot that and post it. It doesn't always have to be like this, you know,
Right.
time intensive, beautiful masterpiece that you post on social media. Also, audio clips. If someone is willing to just do a quick voice note, shoot that voice note over to your social media and repost it or into. Now I just knocked on Canva, but you could put it in Canva and you can upload your own audio and you could put it in there as well. And, funny little side note, but you could use those and you could put it on your mirror or you could put it somewhere where you could see it all the time and use it as a little confidence booster.
For sure. When clients say nice things about you after you've, worked hard for them or gone above and beyond, I mean, that is something that you should take to heart because, being an entrepreneur is hard work. You're wearing 7,000 hats and you're feeling like you're not doing great at any of them. And so when you get compliments from your customers about good work you've done, take that to heart. Really feed off that because that is a very important part of doing what you do. Most people that are entrepreneurs, hopefully you're doing something you're passionate about. But take the win, take the kind
Yeah.
words, take the praise, it's deserved. You worked hard.
That's right. That's right.
So when you're thinking about testimonials or Google reviews, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't really care about that, or that doesn't really work with my website or my system or my this or my that, or who really, I'm not searchable on Google. I don't even have Google in my business, whatever. At the end of the day, this is what I'm going to say to you. How many times do you look at reviews before you go to a restaurant, before you buy a product, or before you use a service? And if you are somebody who looks at reviews in any one of those categories, then it is a sign that it absolutely has to be a part of your business marketing. Because we live in an age where that is something I believe 95% of people do. They check testimonials and reviews before they purchase a service or a good, or before they go to a restaurant.
I was going to say the exact same thing. The buyers are educated. Our customers, our clients are educated and armed with information that they can make educated decisions on who they're going to hire, what they're going to buy. So get those testimonials out there, you guys. Get those Google reviews because they matter.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, time to flip the switch to networking mode on. This week, your goal is to get one testimonial or Google review submitted for your business. Remember to send prompts so the testimonial or Google review you get is valuable for your business. Then share that testimonial across other platforms. Networking mode on.
Yes, if someone shares kind words about your work, don't keep it to yourself. Put the tip into motion and let us know how it goes. We want to hear your wins, big or small. Send us a quick text using the link in the show notes. Tell us what they said, how you used it, or the impact it made. We read every message and love hearing how your connections are paying off.
You've been hanging out in the Link Up Lounge, your lounge for turning one link into endless opportunities.
Now it's your turn. Go make a powerful link today.
Networking mode on.